Hey guys, so in this video here I'm actually going to teach you how to, I don't know what that is, how to touch up renders in Photoshop, and this is going to be AI renders. So first and foremost we're going to use, we have to have Photoshop open of course and have the render ready. So I'm going to, I have Photoshop open and then I have this render here from the other day, and the aim of this is to get rid of these these two buildings in the background and in the background. So firstly, we can duplicate this. I'd say if you're new to it, just so you don't mess anything up and you can do it later, duplicate one of the layers and just hide the other one, so we're not editing it. And so firstly you'll have to use content aware, and that's of course you have to select an area. So I'm going to use a lasso tool, put that in here. So lasso tool lies here, and there is a lasso tool. There is a normal one where you can draw, and there's a magnetic one. I'm going to use the polygonal one. So if I zoom into here a bit closer, select this image because that's a layer that we're going to be editing on. I can start selecting this area, and you can be as close and far away as you want. Of course, each image will have a different. You want to be closer and further away from the object. I'm going to go this close for here, and that looks like a tree stump, so I'm not going to select that. And you can be as accurate as you want. Of course, the more time you put into this tool, the better result you'll get. So I won't spend too long on this, but long enough to you should get a good result at the end of this video. Alright. Oh. Yep. So if you click backspace, if you make an error, click backspace to go back. And sweet, it's a lot easier when there are linear lines, of course, because it does well against them. So now this part of the tree, which is very doesn't know what's happening here, but that's what AI does. So I might actually, because we're going to change this here, I might select in here to change, and perfect. So around here and select. So now we're going to go edit, and this is content aware now, part of this lasso tool. Edit content aware fill, and it will load up this menu. So as you can see in this preview here, it's actually already done quite a good job, and I don't think I'll edit it, but you can definitely add where it samples the data from. So I've sampling the sky here. It's got a pretty accurate square, and the trees, which is what I want. So you can see it's on 21% zoom, so let's zoom in a bit closer. Yep, that's pretty good. Okay, and now that's gone onto this layer, but it's done a pretty good job of covering that building, and yeah, and adding in that sky. It's got a really nice gradient. And then the second one is here. So 3 minutes they're rendering. I'll do this other one. So 3 minutes into the recording. So we use the lasso tool, and we got to make sure we're on our layer. Polygonal. Actually, I'm going to try out this other one to see if it's faster. So it might be a little bit faster actually than using the polygonal, except for these straight lines. So there you go. If you got a complicated curves to go around like this, this is when you can use the normal lasso tool. Alright, let go of that one. So back to edit, content aware fill, and again, I don't think I have any issues with this one. I won't need to edit some there. Oh, yep. So it's still a bit weird there actually. So I might change some of the sampling area. So you can see here it kind of explains how that works. So custom, I'm going to make the brush size a lot bigger, and we can kind of, oh, it must be a massive brush then, yeah. Let's go to 400, we want these green areas. Let's make it all trees. So you can already see start to change how it's changing. So I will say that behind these trees is a bit difficult to do. So we also want the sky, maybe even more of the sky, and more greenery. So if I was to do this, it might add in some other stuff, of course. Yeah, so we don't want that, so we can go Control Z. So okay, and this is how this has turned out. So maybe not as clean as the other one, but that was because of the lasso tool boundary that we used over here. Maybe we should have gone into this. So now we've got to touch up with the healing brush tool. So I have 5 minutes. Yep, I could go over that again, but we're going to use this healing brush tool. Select the layer that we want to edit on, which is this one. I might turn up the brush size, and now let's zoom in. So here what we're going to do is maybe it's yes, so now we actually want to merge these layers because these are all in different layers, so you can't edit. So we merge layers, and that's why we have this, just in case we want to go back and make an edit to merge layers again. Alt click to define a source point to be used. Alright, so alt click. Do it on. So it is actually, sorry, the spot healing, and we can just run and run our mouse along these lines, and it should kind of figure out what we want there. You can change the mode and the size and the hardness of the brush. So I'm going to make it less hard. Oh, that doesn't look very good. So you just Control Z, and you can just kind of play around with what we think should go there. Definitely think that hardness is too high. Yep. So that's already looking better in that corner, taking away those lines that were there before. And then in this one, this might be a bit more of an issue, but you can kind of soften those edges up, and you can't really, oh, that looked nice there. Dragging down. And I guess you can still see those apartment blocks there, but you could think they're houses. And sweet, so I reckon we've done a pretty good job of spot healing. So now we can export this image. So just double check, we'll zoom out. Hope we're happy with that look. Now go File, Export, and you can do quick export, but I do export as, and I usually, you see this image in the preview. Let it load. And I just want to compare this. So we can change the size if you want to scale ×2. Maybe if you want a higher res picture, we'll keep it as PNG, and we export. And we can go, actually, let's do trial. So this is trial ×2, and this is new. So this is the one I did previous to this video. You can see I went down a bit lower with this bush, and this looks quite good. And this would still be exporting. That's why this isn't loaded. But before and after, this was done earlier, sorry, and we'll just pause this and wait for it to come through. Alright, so just finished exporting, so now we can edit this again. And just reopen this file, trial, yep, perfect. So you can see trial ×2, quite different result to this other one that we did, but still works quite well. You can see the bushes and stuff. Alright, so that's how you can use Photoshop and the Content Aware tool to fill in gaps and edit these images and touch them up. Thanks for watching.